Welcome to The Fountain with Ellie Thomas. The fountain is an image that I use in my work often to speak of our multidimensionality, to connect with the life, the living water flowing within us through mind, body, spirit, heart, and all. This show is a place where we explore it all, where we tap into wisdom that has surfaced through pain and joy and the fullness of our journeys. This podcast is a place to come and remember, to sink back into the living water that flows within you and to be guided back to your fountain, your fullness, your wholeness, and how to be with that as we navigate living as divine humans in this wild, wild world and this wild, wild journey. I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in together and be refreshed and consoled by the water that wants to flow through. Welcome back to The Fountain. Today's episode is a special kind of bonus episode. It is a little different than our normal episodes, and it is the audio for day one of my new free Awaken Your Flow program. And day one is all about experiencing the body as our vessel for flow and beginning to tap in and spend time with your body to really feel it and be in it. And there's some beautiful teaching mixed with some lovely spacious practice space. And I know lots of people love tuning in for the spacious guided practices and contemplation time that I offer here. So I wanted to share day one with you. If you, after listening to day one, are like, yeah, I want to continue to awaken my flow and be in tune with the rest of the program, Awaken Your Flow is fully free. It's being created live this week, and you can sign up to see the replays and have access to all of the videos and audios as the week goes on via a link that I'll leave in the show notes. You can also tune in on Instagram if you like watching them live there. I'm recording every day live at 11 a.m. Central Time on my Instagram, ellie.flow. But here is a beautiful introduction into Awaken Your Flow. I think that everything that is alive in day one is such an incredible foundation for every part of building greater connection to yourself and to life. So here you go. I hope you love it. Share it with a friend. Let me know how it sits, what happens for you as you go through this process, and join me in the rest of Awaken Your Flow if you feel called. Okay. Here is day one of Awaken Your Flow. Welcome. This offering will be available for a long time. And so whether it be February 2024 when you're coming in, or whether it be a totally different month or year, hi, I'm Ellie. If we don't know each other, I am the steward, the CEO, the facilitator, and practitioner, the mentor at Ellie Flow. Ellie Flow is this beautiful lens. I like to imagine her as this buoyant, huge, and when I say buoyant, I just mean alive, very vibrant feeling, immense heart. If you've ever been to Munich, sometimes when she's speaking to me, I have memories of the English Garden, just this expansive, incredible, gorgeous space. And at the center of her is this beautiful, beautiful fountain. And it is a fountain that is so inviting. It is so calming. It is connected vertically and horizontally. And I love the imagery of a fountain for that reason, because it has the flow of water upward and downward, and also just out, and it's giving. And the fountain at the core of Ellie Flow is a place to come and receive. I've had visions and moments of seeing people just come, and myself included, just stripping themselves down and getting into this incredible fountain to receive. And there is this beautiful process of restoration that happens through connecting with her. And I, of course, get to be the steward, and it is an incredible privilege to interact with her every day and also to share everything that is the energy of LE Flow with you. And Awaken Your Flow comes from a space of this invitation to extend this receiving and extend this experience of slowly releasing the layers and giving space to see what comes up from the underground, what wants to come up through you, what wants to move upwards through you, what wants to connect you vertically, and what wants to be offered and connected with horizontally in your life. And if you resonate with the idea of a fountain, you can use LE Flow, the LE Flow fountain, as the basis of just imagine yourself kind of as we step in every day, walking into the beautiful invitation that this fountain holds. And I really want to invite you to invite in curiosity and release an agenda of anything needing to happen as you go through this experience and as we go through it together. I'm in the practice of that as well. And a lot of what I do in my work comes down to a few really simple foundations. One of which is an immense amount of trust that you are where you are in perfect timing, that there is a unraveling that will guide you to the next step, that nothing needs to be forced when we can make space for release. And release is a huge key part of everything that happens, whether it be in one-on-one or group experiences with LE Flow. I really have this belief and foundation that I discovered in 2020 as I was exploring and learning about deep transformational coaching, that when we make space to really be with and strip away the pieces that interfere with who we are at our core and the energy of our core being, and I'm going to say things like that interchangeably. Maybe it'll be like your authentic energy, your authentic self, your core self, your true nature, your essence, all of those things connect to the same meaning here. And so when we make space for that, we can just let ourselves rest in that energy, and we don't need to force or push anything forward, because when we give space for the energy to move, there's actually this very clear knowing of what either steps to take or steps not to take, or where and how you should be. And it is much more, it's subtle, incredibly powerful, and quite gentle. And so one of the foundations of everything we'll do in Awaken Your Flow is just practicing every day being in the process of release and what that means in your different levels. And each day will have a different focus. What that means to get to know yourself in this core place and to experience this natural, gentle, I experience it as warm, but you will have your own definition of it by the end of the week. Bubbling energy that is ready to either carry you forward or signal to you that you just need to stop and rest where you are. Many times I've had the experience of when I really tap into that place, the message that's coming through is just to be and to trust. And we'll work with this practice of releasing and the messages that want to come through in the releasing a lot this week. So I invite you now to take a moment wherever you are to just write in one sentence how you are coming in today. This is a practice that I want to invite you to with every session that we have here. It's a space of just acknowledgement of however you may be. And I want you to do that with as least judgment of as possible. This is where I'm at right now. So take a moment to either note that to yourself or write that down. And taking notes of this is really important on this journey because there is a new foundation and a new normal being created as you move through this awaken your flow process. Your flow is being awakened. And the more consciousness that we bring to this, the better, because then you get to consciously enjoy all of the mini shifts, no matter how small they may be, and more that might happen. And you get to be in observance of, wow, where I am and who I am and how I feel when I am connected to these different parts of myself and dancing with myself or in flow with myself every day. And the acknowledgement of where we are now versus where you might be in 20 minutes is really, really soft and sweet. And we invite compassion to no matter where you are in this moment. And we invite invitation to wherever you're meant to be guided into through this process. So if you haven't done so, I'll just give you a second to write down how you're coming in or to take note in yourself. And now we'll get into today's focus, which is the body. Now, the body is our vessel for all of our flow. It is through the body that we are human. It is through the body that we experience the flow of our energy, the contractions and not flow of our energy. Something we're going to explore a little bit later is the sensations of expansion and contraction and how our body signals to us. And the body is also really important when we're exploring flow because it is a foundation that allows us to sink into where we are in the present moment with more consciousness. And we live in a world and a society where it is very, very common and easy to be quite disconnected from our bodies. We live in an extremely intellect-driven place, as you probably know, and most people that I work with are super intellectual, like not necessarily academic. I'm not super academic, but incredibly powerful brains and incredibly powerful minds. And that's really, really beautiful. And also, I live a ton of my life, and most people that I work with have too, operating purely from intellect and out of connection or in disconnection with a lot of the other parts and pieces. And I like to think of our bodies as like this incredible fruit bowl. It is the beautiful ceramic bowl that can feel fragile sometimes or can feel plain sometimes, that holds all of the deliciousness. But really, the body is obviously an alive and vibrating piece of us. And it is through the body that we receive the signals and the wisdom from the other parts of us. And it is our foundation. I like to call my body like G, so you can call it however you'd like. I'll use it all together. The body is a foundational aspect of exploring what flow is. So today we're going to explore some different sensations. I love it when teachers or people that I know offer me incredible words for something that I already do. And recently, one of my teachers, Pilar Lesko, has been talking about intimacy with sensation. And when she said that, I was like, yes, this is what a huge part of my work is. But I didn't have those really concise words for it. So I love that. So if that helps you explore part of what this is, part of self inquiry and coming into tune with our body is learning our sensations. So, we're going to go through a little bit of a practice right now of being in the release and being in the letting go. And then just coming into being with how your body is speaking to you, what sensations are there. And then I'll lead you into a deeper practice of exploring what your neutral energy feels like in your body, what your contracted energy feels like in your body, and what your expanded energy feels like in your body. So grab a sip of water if you need to. I do. And let yourself settle in into a really comfortable spot. I'm going to take off my slippers and if you feel safe to do so, and if you're not driving your car or anything else, I invite you to first keep your eyes open, but find something really soft and gentle to focus your vision on, and ask yourself where your body would like to be touched, or ask your body where might it be nice to put a hand on you. For me, I already felt the draw to just put the hand on my belly. Just let your gaze soften and let your hands make their way to whatever part of your body is calling for just a little bit of touch. And if you feel safe and ready, you can close your eyes. I'm going to close your eyes. It's totally free to keep them open if you want to. And just invite some breath into your body. As you do so, notice your posture. Notice any places where you might be holding tension that your breath can go to. With each breath, just invite the oxygen to deepen, the expansion of the inhale to bring you a little bit further into your belly, into your sacrum. Just inviting anything that might be present from your day in your mind, your heart, your body, your emotions. Just soften. Feel yourself seated or standing where you are. Feeling the base of your bum or your hip and what they're touching, what's beneath you, behind you, underneath your feet. You can feel free to keep moving your hand or hands where it feels good to place a hand on your body. Or you can just let them rest at your side or in your lap. Let's take 2 slow breaths here together. With each breath, the inhale allows us to breathe a little bit deeper into this moment, into this connection moment with our bodies. And each exhale allows us to release and let go of anything we're carrying that we don't need to be. And I also like to imagine just bringing the energy from the top of my head down over my face, over my nose, over my jaw, throat, heart, and grounding down into my belly. one more breath on your own. You burp or yawn, just let it happen. This is just a release of energy. You feel called to make noises as you exhale, go for that. Just let yourself do whatever feels good. Notice how your body wants to express and release right now. Mm. And then just inviting ourselves into a moment of stillness and connection with our bodies. Letting it show you or tell you, signal to you everything that it might be holding, or any way that it's asking for more attention, for more care and tending. Bring yourself into awareness or connection with any part of your body that seems like it has some energy flowing in it. For me, I'm noticing a really gentle circular motion that's happening up out of my hips and through my spine. Sometimes this might feel like a sensation in your gut or in your chest, in your jaw, in your hands. Just let your body show you where and how it's carrying and holding energy. And then if that energy wants to move more freely throughout your body, you can just let it do that. Invite it to expand and show you more. Just exploring here, what does it feel like to be in conscious connection with your body, moving in fluidity with your body? You can practice this later as you go on a walk, as you cook, as you take a shower. Just creating the foundation here for this connection, for groundedness, for the vehicle in which your energy flows, to be open and integrated and connected with greater parts of you. So if you would like to just stay here and sit with your body and just feel, moving your hands wherever they feel good to touch, letting any thoughts that are maybe moving as you are with your body just move through. This is not a space where we need to push any other part of us away. We're just continuously bringing our focus back to how our body feels and how it's speaking to us, what it's asking for. Oftentimes, through this practice, we will be brought into connection with emotions and other things that need to be processed or given space to flow through in order to create that release. But today we're just in the practice of being in our bodies. If you like the fountain visual, the body is like the beautiful external of the fountain. A little bit more mobile and fluid, and obviously not made of cement, but it is an integral part and piece of giving form to all that might come through on other frequencies or energies in other ways. So if you would like to stay here, just press pause and just be here for as long as you'd like. I'm going to lead us into another practice now, where you can just explore the signals of your body more and the sensations more. If you're ready to keep going, take a breath and just resituate yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to invite our bodies to show us the sensations of neutral energy, us just being in our kind of fluid core place and interchange with that. Nothing too high, nothing too low, but there's a beautiful, I like to call this like a gentle effervescence, a very beautiful little champagne bubble energy with us. And then we're going to ask the body to show us what it feels like when we experience something that feels expansive, something that feels like a yes in our system, something that moves us into greater vision, greater connection with possibility, something that we would really like. We can feel this when we speak a desire or connect with a desire. We can feel it when we are invited into something and offered something, and feel just how that feeling feels in our body. It's quite subtle. You may not be able to feel it the first time. So you can come back and do this as many times as you want. And then we're going to come back to neutral. And we're going to let our body show us what contraction feels like. And these contractions, I call them like little crunches. I imagine it like a piece of paper being very slowly crinkled. And then we'll experience what that contraction is. You can ask your body, what are you saying when you contract? This can come up when we experience triggers. This can come up when we experience a no. When we're connected to our core energy place and to our flow, our yeses and nos generally, once we learn what they feel like, are a lot more clear. And it can take a lot of time to learn to trust that and to feel like we are given the permission within ourselves to really trust them. Can sometimes take a lot of releasing of conditioning and working through our fears and how we perceive other people might react to us to trust them. But the first step in even knowing what our core yeses and nos are when we're connected to our flow are being in flow with what this expansive energy feels like and what this contractive energy feels. Find yourself seated or standing again. And just let anything we were working on earlier just kind of drift away. And let your breath sink you down. Your pelvis again. As you've been sitting with your body, you're probably already in a somewhat neutral place. Just invite your body to show you what neutral you flow energy is like. So what does it feel like when I am in a neutral, spacious flow? And whether you notice anything or not, it's okay. No need to force anything. Just trust wherever you are and then leaning into the question, body, what does feel like when you feel expanded, when expansive energy of a yes, of a new opportunity that would feel amazing, of feeling open and receptive feel like. Just let your body signal to you what that expansion might feel like. I feel a lighter, cooler sensation in my hands and arms and skin. Breathe more deeply. I want to look around and smile at the beauty everywhere. My chest and heart feels like it continues to open. So just notice what it's like for you. If you don't feel any of those things, that is totally fine. I just want to give you examples. Notice what it feels like in your jaw, in your throat, head, between your eyebrows, in your chest and your belly, your arms and legs. Sitting with the expansive energy for a moment. One last breath here, bringing yourself back to neutral, inviting the expansive energy to just slowly dissipate and say thank you. Invite yourself back into neutral. Ask your body to bring you back into neutral. And begin to ask it to show you what contraction feels like for you. What a no feels like. What a something's not right. This doesn't feel good. Or something's happening through a trigger. My attention is being called here. And now I need to slow down and pay attention. For me, I can feel my side body contracting. I can feel my chest wanting to come forward. I can feel a little bit of numbness and tiredness. giving some space to acknowledge the contraction. Maybe memories of moments you've been contracted and haven't noticed it are coming up. It's all okay. Just let it keep flowing through. What we're doing here is we're getting more comfortable with noticing these moments so when they happen real time, we can slow down and be in connection with them. Because these things are signaling parts of our flow, parts of our process, and the body is signaling to us that something is happening. And only when we know these kind of activations, no matter how gentle and subtle they might be, can we feel them in the moment and go, oh, wait, something's happening. I just need to slow down and be present with what's happening. Take one more moment to feel the contraction. And then invite it to release back to your neutral energy. Taking note of anything that surprised you. Taking note of anything you'll walk away with. And just remembering that you can come back to this over and over and over again, no matter what you felt today. This is something I do routinely with my clients as they become more intimate with their bodies and more intimate with their sensations. There is a lot more nuance to how these things feel over time. So this is just the beginning. As we end our session with our bodies, I just want you again to ask your body if it would like to be touched, wants to move in any way. Really notice how it wants to express. And then remembering however you came in with whatever you were moving with, and just let it kind of come into connection with the center of your body. And ask, is there anything I need to know? Any wisdom from the body that wants to be felt before I move on with my day? And then let whatever's there go. And what I would encourage you to do when you're ready is to just take a moment as we end to notice how you feel now, what it feels like to be in your body, really connected. Notice as you move into whatever's next in your day, maybe how that feels, how it feels to take all of you with you in your physicality. And just ask your body to remind you throughout the day that you can return the connection with it through your hand, through your breath, through the many contractions and expansions. Yeah, just be in curiosity and observation of how it feels to let your body be the form of your vessel. So I would love to hear what this experience was like for you. And as you integrate it and move through the rest of your day, I'd love to hear if anything shifted or felt different for you, please share away in the comments. If you don't feel comfortable sharing that way, just shoot a little email to hello@laflow.com, and I will be very honored to witness you and anything you're experiencing. And thank you so much for being here today. I will join you again tomorrow for session 2 of Awaken Your Flow. See you then. Thank you so much for listening to The Fountain. Please take a moment to rate and review the show and to send it along to a friend that comes to heart or mind. I'd also love to hear what came up for you and your experience listening to the most recent episodes. So reach out via your podcast app or send me an email. And if you'd like to book your first session or explore working together more, find me at elliflow.com.